little tater tot. I thought your comment was cute, so I thought I'd reply to it. Thank you. Well, let me tell you about my 5'1" husband. Let me tell you why I love him so much. I was married before and had 4 babies, right? And then we later divorced. And I was so heartbroken, I thought to myself, Lord, who's ever going to love me with 4 kids? Nobody's going to want me. Because that's what my first husband used to tell me all the time. If I ever left, nobody'd want me with 4 kids. You know, so I was just broken and just so troubled. And then this man just pops in my life when I least expected it. I wasn't even looking for anybody. He certainly wasn't my type, but there was just something I seen in his eyes that night, and I knew I was going to love him. And although I'm not allowed to wear my heels on Saturday night and when we go to date night, because he don't like for me to be that much taller than him, that's all right. But he's one of the hardest working men I've ever seen in my entire life, and he loves my 4 babies like they're his own, and I'm so grateful for it. But you can be a small package, but you can love tall.
And this is what opportunistic love looks like, gentlemen. You see, we as guys, we think that love, like I said, is about loyalty and about sticking by your person. Girls love opportunistically. Okay, it's about what you can give them in the moment, whether that be, you know, emotions or resources or crap like that. But hey, what this girl has done is she's gone out, she's had 4 kids with another dude, and then she's gotten some guy to come along and pay her bills and to look after the children. Right? This is what we say when girls have a dualistic mating strategy, in the words of Mr. Tomasi, guys. Okay, what they'll do is they'll go out there, they'll have their fun with the guy, they'll have their kids with him, and then oftentimes what they do after that is they go, okay, well, now I need a man to come along and pick up the pieces and look after these children. Okay, because maybe they run the first guy off, maybe they drag him through a divorce court, or maybe he's a Chad and he just didn't want to stick around at all. But the fact of the matter is, you get girls who get into situations like this, and they think to themselves, okay, well, then now I need a man to come and pick up all the pieces for me. Okay, and they'll quote unquote settle so that they can be provided for. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be breaking down this particular video. And this video was something that was featured in the end of last video, but I think this is something that we really need to break down and have a talk about together. So if you're new here, guys, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord and locals descriptions in the links in the description, excuse me. Both of them are totally free to join. And if anything happens to this YouTube channel, you will be notified on both of those platforms. As we all know, YouTube is not a giant fan of our particular channel over here at the moment. They send us a warning. We don't know why. But just in case anything does happen, guys, be sure to join the locals and the Discord links in the description. But without further ado, we're just going to kind of rehash what she's gone over here and have a chat about it together. So as we go through, make sure you leave your comments and your thoughts, and we'll also be breaking down some more videos if we have the time. But let's have a look.
Your comment was cute, so I thought I'd reply to it. Thank you. Well, let me tell you about my 5'1" husband. Let me tell you why I love him so much.
Here's the funny part. If you're a guy and you watch my videos, you will hear that first sentence and you will already know the entire situation. You will know that he's a provider, probably. And I don't. Here's the thing. I don't say that to be mean to the guys watching this who are 5'1" or anything like that. But what happens is girls like tall men. I don't care how many times they'll tell you, oh yeah, I don't mind a guy who's short, or I don't particularly like tall men. It doesn't really matter to me. It matters. Height matters very much to girls. I would encourage you, if you guys are new to this side of the internet, I would encourage you to go and watch Alexander Grace. He did a video recently on height and just how important it is, guys. So anytime you hear a girl say, oh yeah, height doesn't matter, it does. It really does. So as you know, if you're aware of that, you will know that that first sentence that she just said will tell you everything that you need to know about a situation.
I was married before and had 4 babies, right? And then we later divorced. And I was so heartbroken, I thought to myself, Lord, who's ever going to love me with 4 kids? Nobody's.
This is actually so insidious. Okay, I'm gonna play that again just so we can kind of talk about it. And I don't mean to repeat parts, guys, but it's just so important. Let's have a look at that.
And I was so heartbroken, I thought to myself, Lord, who's ever going to love me with 4 kids? Nobody's going to.
She was so heartbroken. But later on in the video, did she not say that or allude to the fact that she was the one who ended it? Can we just get a round of applause, you know, for the guys, just huge round of applause for the fact that she's just turning herself into the victim in this situation? I would dare say, again, we don't know everything about her situation, guys, but my money is on the fact that she started the divorce. She is the one who filed for it. Most divorces are filed for by women. Okay, so when they want to paint themselves as the heartbroken ones, man, it's like, how do you reasonably believe this? You know, like oh, man, it blows my mind because here's the thing about these situations: girls like this, they'll make a video like this, or they'll go on any whatever social media or whatever the hell, and they'll say this, and then most guys will see this and believe it, right? They'll literally believe it. I do not like believing people's words just at face value. I really don't. Especially if you're considering getting into a relationship with a girl like this and she's giving you these words, you can't afford to just be believing people's words just because. You have to watch the actions, guys. You'll save yourself so much time and heartache if you look at people's actions rather than the words that they say. I'm telling you, man, it'll save you so much time and headache, you won't believe it.
Want me, because that's what my first husband used to tell me all the time. If I ever left, nobody'd want me before kids, you know. So I was just broken and just so troubled, and then this man just pops in my life when I least expected it. I wouldn't even
least expected it. You know, it's like there's so many layers of what would you call it, subterfuge. When girls explain situations like this, she knows men are always trying to hit on her, men are always trying to come into her life, right? Girls like this know. You know, it's not as if this lady is incredibly unattractive or anything like that. Oh yeah, man, he just came into my life. You see, here's the thing about men, and I'm using quotations, you guys can't see it, coming into the girl's life. The thing about that is there are always men coming into her life. Okay, it's girl's decision to choose which ones they accept. You notice when we watch videos like this, guys, you'll notice how the accountability is taken away from the girl almost every single time. Oh yeah, he came into my life. No. See, you chose him to be there for a reason, a pragmatic reason. See, men are not these people who, despite what society tells you about men being the ones who make the pragmatic decisions about the people they let into their lives. No, it is mostly the women who make the pragmatic decision. They make a logical decision a lot of times about what men that they're going to let into their life. Okay, they'll let the bad boy in because he looks good and he'll be fun for a couple of nights, or you know, she'll try and get a relationship out of him. But then they'll have a pragmatic and logical decision to let another guy into their life because he earns, for example, X amount of money and he will provide for her. You see, there's a logical distinction between the partners that they have and choose, guys, and don't fall for it.
been looking for anybody. He certainly wasn't my type, but there was just something I seen in his eyes that night, and I knew I was gonna love him.
And I don't mean to keep pausing, guys, but there's so much to unpack there. Okay, so I want to address the first part of that again. Let's go back.
Pops in my life when I least expected it. I wasn't even looking for anybody.
Yeah, see, I wasn't even looking for anybody. That's probably a lie as well. Like, I want you to understand that women always have to frame it as though they're not looking, because it damages their social status to say that they were looking for a guy. Because what women will do is they understand that they're going to face social repercussions from other women and from men if they are actively looking for a man. So, like, this is a lie right here.
He certainly wasn't my type, but there was just something I seen in his eyes that night, and I knew
No. Again, nothing to do with what's in the eyes. Okay? And look, I don't mean to, I'm not out here making this video to hate on this lady or anything like that. I just want men to understand that when they're being given words like this, it's not the truth. It's so far removed from the truth, guys. It might as well be a different. You're not even seeing any of reality right here.
I was gonna love him, and although I'm not.
And that point right there, I paused right on it, but she said the words, "I knew I was going to love him." That is what opportunistic love looks like, guys. It is a decision that she made because he had something that she needed. I knew I was going to love him. It is a logical decision.
I'm not allowed to wear my heels on Saturday night and when we go to date night because he don't like for me to be that much taller than him. That's all right. But he's one of the hardest working mans I've ever seen in my entire life, and he loves my 4 babies like they're his own.
And there's the answer right there. He is the hardest working man she's seen in her life. That is why he is there. Not because of something in his eyes, not because of the fact that, oh, he just whimsically came into her life. No, 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 no. See, all of that, I want you guys to just remove it from the picture. Just completely remove it.
And I'm so grateful for it. But you can be a small package, but you can love tall.
And that's the video, guys. And that is a story that you're going to see time and time again. Like, that exact story there is just so, it's become so predictable at this point, guys. It really has. But at the moment, we're going to jump into a second. I'm going to see what stories we have on the other screen. So don't mind me for a moment, guys. We're just going to have a quick look. Yeah, so we're going to have a look at this, okay? This is a story titled, How to Deal with Feeling Insecure About My Boyfriend's New Female Friend. And we're just going to read through it before we address the points in it. So let's start off, and goodness me, this is just one giant paragraph, isn't it? So my boyfriend and I are both working on the street. He's playing guitar and I'm reading tarot. He plays in a different part of town and has made friends with a jewelry seller. She is everything that I'm not and embodies all the qualities that he wants that I lack. For example, he is frustrated by the fact that I didn't finish university, that I'm messy and chaotic, and he wishes we could make music together, but I'm not musical at all. And I know I said I was going to read the entire thing, but I think it'll be better if we break it down piece by piece, guys. And remember, leave your comments and your thoughts as we go through as well, because oftentimes, guys, I miss out on a bunch of things and you guys pick it up, so that's always great to see. But let's have a quick address of a few of the points here, okay? She reads tarot. That is a giant red flag. That is, it's kind of a lesser known one, guys. But tarot is an extension of spirituality, and it is a huge. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with spirituality, but specifically the something specifically about tarot, guys, and about this falls in line with. Oh yeah, I'm finding myself. Okay, this is a red flag. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. She is, and this is the part I wanted to talk about. She is everything that I'm not and embodies all the qualities that he wants that I lack. This is what I'm talking about, where as girls get older, what you'll notice is they've actually hinged their sense of self-worth on the guys that they date previously. So what you'll notice is these ladies will go out here and they'll have insecurities, and their insecurities will just be a mirror of their previous relationships. And this is why, in society, you'll see these Instagram models with their quote-unquote, their beautiful photos that they spend hours taking, and you'll think to yourself, oh, wow, she looks really put together, or it looks like her life is going well because she'll be on some yacht, right? Better believe that that yacht isn't hers, first of all. Second of all of those pictures are not necessarily a reflection of the fact that she cares about herself. Like it's not like she has self-esteem because she's posting all of those pictures. And just before we continue, man, like a lot of you guys ask, how do I come across this sort of stuff, right? Or like all these points that you make, Taylor, how do you come across them? A lot of them are from girls, man. Like a lot of them are from girls. Like I remember one time, and let me just try and switch the screen back here. Oh, it's going to be stuck. All right. Girls will literally tell you they'll dob on each other a lot of times. Right, especially if a girl's jealous. It's really interesting. When girls attack each other, what they actually do is they attack each other's insecurities that actually exist. It's kind of hard for me to explain. I'll give it one last crack here, but girls will dob on each other about their relationships and about the way they feel. So, for example, I remember one time some girl distinctly told me that, oh yeah, she posts that much because she's insecure. Or, and that really stuck in my head, man. And it's so true. It's so true. The girls who, make their whole feed and they try and make themselves look beautiful and great, they don't like themselves. But let's continue. Blah, blah, blah. She has a master's degree, so the other girl. She can drive. Her business is successful. She spontaneously starts singing when he plays the guitar. She plays the saxophone beautifully. They hang out and talk for hours every day, and this is something my boyfriend and I never really do. Our communication has always been a little tricky. I feel like their communication is very flirty. When I hung out with them yesterday night, I felt like I was third wheeling on a date. He seems so impressed with her. He's always complimenting her and touching her arm. She's prettier than me too. Thin and elfin. When she's not around, he'll put on a sad face and say, "Where is she?" Not her real name. I sometimes feel like I should just step away and let them be together. My insecurity is compounded because of the way that they met. Him and I were sitting together and she was there selling drinks from a cooler and she came over and presented him with a free one. I was right there. Man, girls hate that. They hate that. Anyway. I took it as a clear signal of interest, but my boyfriend didn't seem to register it as such, just an offer of friendship. I don't know what to do. This situation is making me so sad and insecure. And the funny part about this situation, guys, is, like I said, girls want men who have options. They really do. It's and I'm not saying that this guy's actions are right or wrong. I don't really have a moral horse to race in the race, so to speak. But the fact remains that I'm sure you've all been in situations, or at least witnessed situations, where girls will say, "Oh yeah, he's just a friend," or "I'm not interested in him. He's just a friend," right? I'm sure you guys have all heard that, and it just makes it so much more funnier when you see that the guys turn around and use the same kind of thing and playing dumb in the same way that the girls do every damn day. There's something very satisfying about that. Goodness me. Let's see what else we got here, guys. I'm just gonna have a quick read on the other screen. Blah blah blah. This'll be a great one. We're just going to jump straight on over. Let's have a look. See, we, a 25-year-old and a 27-year-old, broke up our 4-year relationship, but he won't accept it anymore. My boyfriend and I have been together for 4 years. We have been struggling with the same issue for at least 2, living together for 3 years. I slowly started to lose my feelings for him as we kept arguing about it. He always starts. For me, there are more issues in the relationship, such as the fact that he doesn't get along with my family or friends and has no friends himself, doesn't want to because all he needs is me, so he says. Last week we got into a fight again, but it was way worse and got very personal. We both agreed we should break up. That evening I went to my family to rest. He texted and called me to please come home because it was a mistake. I went home after 2 days and he was waiting for me with a letter. He read it to me while crying, explaining everything he did wrong and realized that the way he handled things was very toxic. We're going to come back to this. He understood my feelings are nearly gone and want to do his best to get them back as he feels he's kind of reborn. He asked for a second chance. I said no. He kept going. I said no again, and this repeated itself at least 5 times. I then started to doubt myself and I needed some time to think. The next day I spent some time alone and really doubted if it was really that bad to give him another chance. I really believe he changed. He wanted to visit my family and explain everything. He wants to build on their relationship and also make friends himself. It is his first long relationship and he realizes he took me for granted. He didn't know that it is normal that you lose butterflies and love turns into something more stable, a lifetime partner. Yeah, see, normally when girls lose the butterflies, you don't have anything to go on. You really don't. I want you guys to notice long-term relationships. I don't believe it's really the men who lose feelings or the reason why love turns into something stable. I think it's just because the butterflies fade for women, right? It's about, oh, well, he's not as exciting anymore. He does everything about him is predictable now, so I kind of lose interest. And that's why the relationships kind of stagnate, if you're going to use that word. I don't think it's a consequence of the men feeling any less, to be honest with you. But let me know what you guys think. I was exactly like this when I got dumped the first time and I changed a lot, but I'm not sure I can get my feelings back anymore. On the first day, leaving to my family, I cried a lot. The next days, I didn't cry anymore and felt pretty secure with my choice. That's hilarious. We're going to come back to that. I'm just going to highlight that and leave it. I'm now doubting my choice as I really like to spend time with him but still can't see myself being intimate next to a hug and a quick kiss. He doesn't mind waiting until it gets back, but how long should we stay in a relationship where I don't want to be intimate? How long should I stay even though I'm doubting? My plan for now is to just keep going to figure out how it makes me feel when it's back to normal. If I don't want to be touched or feel uncomfortable, I know it's done. If I feel happy and relieved, I know we should keep going. What's your take? Situations like this are so hilarious, man, because there's always going to be like a hook at the end, right, where the girl says something like this. Okay, so I just want to point out the 2 really big keys here, okay? So after they had a fight, the first big key is the fact that he profusely apologized. I want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? He profusely apologized, and then look at the result of him apologizing. The next days, I didn't cry anymore and felt pretty secure with my choice. Look at this. Felt pretty secure with my choice. Because here's the funny part about this, guys. Like, if you apologize and this sort of stuff, it's like girls lose interest, man, because they know, oh, okay, I've got him. I don't need to cry anymore. Like, why would I cry? I know I'm not gonna. I've got him. It's so disgusting. Like, let me pull up the desk over here, guys. It's so funny to note that very early days on this channel, guys, like way back, we covered a video that popped off, right? And it was about a girl who spent her time trying to change his man. And oh, he was so terrible. He'd go out drinking every night. He was terrible. He was never there for me. I was going through all of this pain, blah blah blah. You know, and she stayed in that relationship for a very long time. You know when she left, guys? You know the point at which she decided to leave? It was when she actually managed to change him. The point where she actually managed to make him change and he apologized and quote unquote saw the error in his ways, that is when she lost interest. That is when she realized, oh, I don't need to be intimate with him anymore. I can move on. I'm not so interested anymore. I want you guys to really take away from this story the fact that because he apologized, showed weakness, and cried, this is the result. She doesn't want to be intimate anymore. She just doesn't. Okay, and like I've got nothing against that. I don't particularly care. But when girls want to say, hey, men need to show more emotion, that's what happens when you show emotion. Whether you're right, whether you're wrong, that's not really the point of the video here, guys. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to go out here and you want to listen to the dating advice of these ladies, it is going to end you up in some very hot water. You're going to be dumped. All sorts of bad things are going to happen to you, and you're not going to know why. Okay, and you can watch videos like this and say, oh, well, Taylor, I'm not going to listen to an animated character on the screen. That is a totally fair point to have, guys. Totally fair. But what I would encourage you to do is go out and try. Okay, if you're here, chances are you already know the negative effects of showing your emotions, opening up, and that sort of crap. But a lot of guys just simply don't know it. They simply don't know what the hell's going on. But gentlemen, I'm going to see if we have any other quick clips for us to go over here as we end today's video. I'm just having a quick brush through, but as we go through, make sure to leave your comments and your thoughts, guys. It's always good to see what you gentlemen have to say. And you know what? I'm going to pull up this video once again, and we're going to have a quick discussion about this before we end today's video. So this is the video that we covered in yesterday's, in the video before this one, I believe. And so if you haven't watched it, make sure you go and watch it, guys. But you're getting to a point right now where men are saying, hell, we've got all these ladies that don't want us to be I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. So a lot of men are walking away, okay? But there's something else here, okay? You've still got a lot of men in relationships with girls who are listening to ladies about dating advice. So what they're doing is they're showing their emotions in relationships. They're voicing their concerns and their fears and stuff like this. And what's happening to these men is they're getting cheated on. They're in like an open relationship where the girl's polyamorous. Have you guys seen that yet, right? Where the girl's polyamorous and the guys aren't. So all the men are losing out. Like I said, he'll get cheated on. He'll get gone through divorce courts and stuff like that. Because as a man, they don't care about how you feel. They don't care about, how your life is going. They care about how your life is going insofar as, are you established? Are you successful? Do you have a lot of friends? Are you good looking? Stuff like that. If you want to cry and tell a girl about your issues, she will not stick around, guys. And I wish I could put that another way. I wish I could put that a nicer way, but it's just really not the case. But again, this video was covered in the video before the one you're watching right now, so be sure to go and check that out if you're interested. And she talks about the fact that, hey, we got all these men walking away right now from women who are engaging in this whole men are trash kind of stuff. And I mean, it's just going to continue to happen. It really is. But gentlemen, we're going to leave today's video there. As always, make sure you leave your comments and thoughts below. Always good to see what you guys have to say. Make sure you come and join the locals and the Discord links in the description. Both of those are totally free to join. And if anything happens to the channel, you will be notified in one or both of those. So make sure you come and join. But we're going to leave it there. So as always, gentlemen, make sure you take care of yourselves. And I will see you boys in the next one. Peace.